High above a tangled mangrove forest where roots twist through dark water and the sky stretches endlessly, a single pale blue egg rests quietly in a fragile nest, holding the life of a young heron named Shiro waiting to begin. A gentle breeze sways the branches as time passes in silence, until a fine crack appears on the shell, spreading slowly as life inside pushes outward with determination. The shell breaks apart and Shiro emerges, wet, fragile, and trembling, taking its first breath beneath the vast open sky, while the parent immediately shields the newborn with warm protective wings. Weak at first, Shiro struggles to lift its head and open its eyes, discovering light, movement, and the distant sound of the wetland that will shape its entire life. Hunger arrives quickly, and the mother returns with food, gently feeding Shiro as each small fish brings strength, allowing the fragile chick to grow and move with increasing confidence. Days turn into weeks as soft down gives way to developing feathers, and Shiro begins to stand, flap its wings, and explore the limits of the nest while the father stands guard above. The world expands beyond the nest as Shiro gazes at the sky, learning the rhythm of life, the balance between safety and the unknown waiting below. Then one day, danger rises silently from the shadows. A green snake begins to climb the mangrove tree, its body smooth and controlled. Its tongue flicking as it senses the vulnerable young bird above. The predator coils just below the nest, lifting its head slowly as Shiro senses the threat and steps back, instinct awakening for the first time. The air tightens as the snake prepares a strike, muscles coiling for a deadly attack that could end everything in a single moment. But before it can strike, the sky explodes with motion as the father dives in with powerful wings spread wide, placing himself between the predator and his young. The mother joins instantly, landing beside Shiro with fierce determination, forming an unbreakable defense against the rising danger. A sharp warning call echoes through the mangrove as the father strikes toward the snake, forcing hesitation. shifting the balance of the encounter. The predator retreats slowly, slipping back into the shadows, leaving Shiro safe once more under the protection of its parents. Time moves forward, and the once fragile chick grows into a strong young heron, its wings developing power, its body gaining balance and control. With growing confidence, Shiro takes its first leap from the nest, landing on a nearby branch, steady and ready to face the wider world. Now fully grown, Shiro walks gracefully through a misty marsh, its long legs moving silently through shallow water as it becomes one with its environment. The water lies still as Shiro stands motionless, eyes locked on the surface, waiting with perfect patience for the right moment to strike. Beneath the surface, a massive monitor lizard moves silently, its presence hidden until bubbles rise dangerously close to Shiro's feet. The surface breaks as cold eyes emerge, and the predator charges forward, forcing Shiro into a desperate moment of survival. Shiro attempts to take flight, but thick mud slows the movement, and the lizard lunges, snapping its jaws just behind the bird. The struggle explodes into chaos as Shiro falls into shallow water, rising again to face the predator directly instead of retreating. The lizard strikes again, but Shiro dodges swiftly and counters with a sharp, precise blow from its dagger-like beak. The predator lashes its powerful tail, knocking Shiro off balance, yet the heron recovers instantly, refusing to give ground. Fierce, muddy battle unfolds as Shiro strikes toward the vulnerable eyes of the predator, weakening its attacks. The lizard bites the edge of Shiro's wing, causing a flash of pain, but Shiro responds with a decisive strike near the eye. Forcing the predator to release its grip. The balance shifts, and the wounded lizard retreats, slipping back into the water and disappearing beneath the surface. Shiro stands alone, breathing heavily, exhausted but victorious. A survivor shaped by instinct and determination. A new morning rises through the mist as Shiro steps into clear water once more, now calm, focused, and ready to hunt. Standing completely still, like a statue, Shiro waits as its sharp eyes detect movement beneath the surface. A massive eel glides silently below, unaware that it has already been targeted by the patient hunter above. Shiro lowers its body, muscles tightening like a coiled spring, preparing for the perfect moment. Then in a flash of speed, the beak pierces the water, sending droplets into the air as the strike connects with precision. Shiro rises with the eel clamped firmly in its beak as the prey thrashes violently, wrapping and struggling to escape. The battle continues above the surface as the eel coils and twists, but Shiro maintains control, shaking it violently to weaken its resistance. With precision, the eel is thrown onto the bank, struck repeatedly, and finally subdued before being lifted once more. In a controlled motion, Shiro tosses the eel upward, aligns it perfectly, and swallows it whole, the long body sliding down its throat. Now standing on a rock beneath a glowing sunset, Shiro surveys the vast wetland, no longer fragile, but a master of patience, power, and survival. From a fragile egg hidden high in the mangrove canopy to a silent and unstoppable predator of the wetlands, the journey of Shiro is complete. And in the still waters where survival defines every life, its story continues.